Alrighty, I don't know where to start because this is going to be my first YouTube video in a really long time. But my family and I just got back from a trip to Turkey. I can barely hold it, you guys, but here is almost everything we got. So let's do a quick little turkey haul. It's so heavy. Okay, so for context, we went to Istanbul and different other parts of Turkey because we joined a tour. First things first in the haul are these. I just got these jewelry from like a side market, so I'm kind of confident that it isn't exactly real, but does it look good? Yes, and that's what's important. So first things first, I got this. It's sort of like a ring inspired by the harem in the Ottoman Empire, as well as these stud earrings made with zoltanite. I feel like it's a more low-grade zoltanite, but it still changes colors, which is one of its main selling points. So with natural light, it looks a little more brown, but it does shift colors a little bit depending on the lighting. So maybe in a different video with different lighting, it's gonna look a little more different. I have over 11 bags to show you. Let's just brief through them really quickly. Let's start with miscellaneous souvenirs, excluding magnets and keychains. First things first is this carpet with a cat on it, because it's a cat with a pearl earring. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. And it's a really small size, so I can use this as my mouse pad, which I have been using, and it has been working pretty well for that. Needless to say though, this isn't a real Turkish carpet. I just thought the design was pretty cute. Next up is this body scrub from Tuzgolu, because we went to the Salt Lake as well on our way to Cappadocia, and I don't know why my mom got this, but it's something that's going to our bathroom. Speaking of bathroom, we also got these natural soap sponges to try and some to gift, because what do you mean it's a soap sponge? Like, it's a little bit squishy, but they smell really good. Just showing you some of what we got. This is pomegranate, goat's milk, and lavender. And like I mentioned, we went to Tuzgolu Salt Lake so that we can go to Cappadocia, which is home for some of the best handmade artisanal stuff like carpets and ceramics. And speaking of ceramics, I picked some up, like this cat mug that I find super duper cute. So admittedly, this is going on my shelf because I feel like it's a little too pretty to use. As well as this handmade teacup and saucer set. I don't know, there's just something about the colors here that like screams very me. So if you follow my Drinky Drink series on TikTok, you will probably be able to see this set. In case anyone's curious, I got cards so I can show you where I got them. I got the cat mug from Yastix, and I got the teacup and saucer set from Goreme Ceramics, because we stayed at Goreme, which is also home for the hot air balloons. But if you have the time and the mental capacity to hop onto another town in Cappadocia called Urgup, I really recommend this place. I'm just showing you the bag because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna butcher the name of the shop. I believe it's called Natural Koreanish, and we were greeted by one of the youngest salesperson I've ever seen. I'm afraid I forgot his name, but very much remember that he was just 20 years old, which says a lot about how working Turkish people are. Anyways, I just got myself some apple tea because I kind of fell in love with apple tea there, and I really didn't want the instant stuff, so I made sure to get those that looked like loose leaves versus those like powders, because if you're a tea drinker, don't get the powders. But I also got nuts. These are cashews, and these are pink pistachios. Needless to say, there are so many free tasting in this shop. So if you're like me, you're really into free tasting before purchasing stuff, you might really also like that shop from Urgup. I didn't do a lot of shopping in the other places that we went to. In case you're curious where we went, follow me on IG and TikTok to see a roundup, because best believe I have content on places we visited as well. But back to Istanbul. We also stopped by this coffee shop because I really wanted to get Turkish coffee. Sadly, the ones I'm showing you are not Turkish coffee, but we did get our hands on some salep as well as hot chocolate. Both mixes from Dunyasi. Please don't judge my Turkish, guys. I am not Turkish at all. Let me know if you want this to be part of my Drinky Drink series so I can show you guys how it's prepped, how it's made, talk about them a little bit more. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Leave it in the comments. Of course, my content creation journey wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have grown this much on TikTok and on Instagram if I hadn't started talking about fragrances, so of course I had to pick up some. Both of these specifically you can find in Istiklal, starting from the house of Mad Perfumer. Niche side. Inspired side. But I got Divine Desire because they have a big section for inspired scents, and they also have another section for niche fragrances or original fragrances like this one. Next brand I have is this. It's called Bargello. This is strong, but it's nice. It's strong, but it's nice. And I got a fragrance from their Zenith collection, which is what they call one of their original fragrance lines. And this is Nova. I just got one each because I am working on a budget, and sadly they didn't really offer discovery sets, only one, and they only really had one sizes for most of the fragrances anyway. But don't worry, these brands are definitely at a more mid-range to low price range in comparison to popular Turkish brands like Nishane or Unique Luxury, or if you've ever heard of the brand Miss Bizou. I'm not sure how they pronounce it in Turkey because I am very highly likely pronouncing it a little bit more French, but I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of shopping at Istiklal, this is one of 2 bookstores I recommend you stop by. This is called Insan Kitab, which is one of their more popular bookstore chains, specifically because this chain includes books in English. And I really wanted to get my hands on some Turkish literature, so I got 2 books, both written by this British-Turkish author. I initially had my eyes on another set of books, but I got really intimidated. They were quite a break of books, and they were pretty thick. So I just got these smaller ones, specifically The Island of Missing Trees, as well as 3 Daughters of Eve, both by Elif Shafak. And if you were stopping by the Istanbul Egyptian Spice Bazaar, this is a shop I really recommend, because this one is sort of outside or closer to the entrance, and although there are a lot of stuff inside and a lot of brands inside, I don't know, there was just something about this particular shop that spoke to me. Like, the tea smelled different, the staff was so much friendlier. So I made sure to keep the plastic to show you guys where I got these. This is from the shop called Shozi at the Spice Bazaar. Like, it's sort of at the front. Anyways, I just got 2 kinds of teas because they're sold at a minimum of 100 grams. And trust me, I talked to everybody selling there. If they agreed to sell it for 50 grams or 25 grams, trust that I would have purchased more. But since they were selling at 100, I only got 2. Specifically the blue tea, which really looks like butterfly pea tea. But look at the leaves. Like, look at the material. It's so huge. And speaking of huge, I also got this chamomile tea. Do you see the buds? They're huge. We don't see buds like this. If you want a comparison, let me know. I can post one on TikTok. I do drink chamomile tea quite frequently as well. They were just so huge, so I was pretty curious and I picked up these 2. Am I me though if I don't even take a peek at their fashion? Because my family visited some famous brands like Mavi, LC Waikiki, Oxo, spelled OXXO by the way, and De Facto, where I got these 2 pieces. The first one being these jorts. I'm just happy I got this at the sales bin. And speaking of sales bin, because guys, I am a bargain hunter when it comes to fashion. I also got this really cute long sleeve top with the ribbons over here. I just think blue is my color, and like, it makes my skin pop a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm a little delusional, but I just thought this was cute, so I picked those 2 up. And lastly, your stuff I got from the airport. A little fun side story. I actually purchased a power bank before going on this trip to Turkey, but I managed to leave it at home. So during my layover, I had to buy another power bank. I got this from the Dubai airport, by the way. It's just a normal power bank. Like, if I remembered to pack my power bank, I wouldn't have had to spend money on a new one. But you know, life happens, and that's the thing about traveling. You just gotta keep going with the flow. So lesson learned for me. Now we are on to the more fun stuff, like this one that I got from the Istanbul duty free, and I have not opened yet. That's how you know that I literally just landed and wanted to film a video. I'm literally unboxing it in real time. I got this Discovery Trio from Turkish fragrance house Atelier Rebol, and these are the 3 fragrances included. We have Bizu, Istanbul, and number 94, all in 12 ml bottles. And last but not the least are stuff I got from the Dubai airport, starting with this one from Fortum and Mason, which is a really popular tea brand, I believe from London. I'm working on a budget, and they really didn't sell smaller stuff because I really don't like buying tea bags. I prefer buying loose leaves so I can mix my own stuff. But I got one of their most famous teas, specifically the Fort Mason. This is a more floral leaning tea that smelled really good when I was there, so I got it. And the last thing in this haul is the one and only makeup product that I purchased this entire trip. This is the Lancome Paint Idol Ultra Wear Concealer, hopefully in my shade, because I picked up 110 Ivory, as this concealer is highly recommended by one of my TikTok friends and co-fragrance beauty content creator, Accords, or Carlo. If you guys aren't following him on TikTok, you should be. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything we got from Turkey, but not really everything, because my family did make sure to stop by a grocery, and by grocery we purchased a lot of Turkish snacks. So if you guys are interested in a taste test video, let me know. If there's anything that intrigued you at all, please leave them in the comments so I can get to them, study them a little bit more, and you can hop on over to my Instagram or TikTok because I will be posting updates there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this is the first of many on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!